Wholeness, balance, and love, everyone. And welcome to today's formal practice, where we're going to take a deeper dive into the connection of our breath through the mindfulness tools of our breath awareness. The benefits of this practice is, number one, we begin to cultivate a space of peace and calmness. Number two, we begin to build a bridge back to the present moment. And lastly, number three, we allow ourselves to develop a skill set to respond by creating space opposed to reacting. Now, for this technique, there aren't too many precautions, but the one thing I would say, each individual has a unique experience. During this practice, you may notice different thought patterns, feelings, and emotion rise to the surface. The most important thing that I would like for you to do is to do your best not to judge those thoughts, not even try to push them away or hold on to them, but simply allow them to be. Acknowledging them, sitting with them, but not having any judgment within that experience. And if you obtain that mindset, I promise you, no matter how you label a practice good or bad, the growth and development within your heart, your body, and your mind will transform into a higher version of yourself. Now, to begin this practice, the most important thing is finding a comfortable position. And what I mean by that is finding a space where you're not going to be irritated or distracted. We have a bunch of different choices. As you can see, I'm sitting down on a bolster in easy pose with my legs crossed. Now, this is something that we don't have to sit in. We can also choose to lay down flat against the surface if you have a yoga mat, or even your bed, but I would recommend not placing anything underneath your head, really allowing yourself to lay flat because your mind and body might think you're going to bed. Or I can choose to sit down in a chair, have my back sitting up nice and tall, my feet firmly grounded against the floor. Now you can pause the tape and find a position that's best for you. And then once you begin to find that posture, let's begin to align that even deeper. Let's begin to notice our spine. Let's see if I can sit up a little bit taller. Allow the shoulders to relax. Allow your jaw to soften. And allow the palms to lay rested against the legs. Palms down or up, whichever feels natural for you. And once you've found that comfortable position, I would like for you to begin to find a space where you can go even deeper. If you feel safe, I would invite you to close your eyes. That way we can eliminate any distraction on the outside. If I want to keep my eyes open, allow the eyelids to be heavy, gazing towards the ground, but ensure that your head and neck are sitting up nice and tall. Now, once you settle into this position, the first thing I want you to do is fully connect to the physical body. We want to get grounded here. And what I mean by that is for you to place all of your awareness on the sensations that exist within the body. How do I know it exists? What feelings, what sensations are the strongest within me? Is anything moving? Is anything fidgeting? Are my hands relaxed? And once you've developed that connection, I want you to dissolve all of your awareness to recognize and notice your left leg, your left foot, maybe against the ground, maybe against the leg, but begin to notice those sensations. Relax the calf, relax the thigh, and then shift your awareness over towards your right leg. And simply notice what sensations are active within me. What do I feel? What can I connect to that makes me aware that my leg exists? And allow that space to soften, letting go any tension, letting go any tightness. And then notice the tailbone, notice the hips, feel the sensation of your body, and ground yourself. Sit up a little bit taller, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, relax your face. And I want us to naturally begin to shift our focus from our body into our breath, as this will be the main focus of our practice today. And the same question, how do I know I'm breathing? What sensations begin to bring my mind into the space where my breath exists? And just focus there. Now you're going to notice during this process, different thoughts are going to move into the mind. Different ideas, they could be pleasant, they could be unpleasant. The challenge here is to acknowledge whatever that thought pattern is, but simply bring your awareness right back to your breath with as little judgment as possible. What do I feel? What do I notice? As we enter those spaces of silence, begin to notice what your mind is doing and how quickly you can bring it back to your breath. What physical sensations do I notice? Is my chest rising? Are my collarbones moving? Do I feel it in my abdominal area? What muscles are required for me to breathe naturally? Feel those spaces. Notice the air rising and falling. And there goes my mind, another beautiful thought, maybe a challenging thought. How quickly can I redirect my attention just to connect with my breath? And just begin to notice how fast or slow that breath is moving. What is the speed? What is the rhythm? As we shared earlier, every emotional state has a specific breathing pattern. How deep it may be, how fast or slow it may be. What is the breathing pattern that I'm experiencing right now? And as you begin to observe that space, you'll notice naturally the breath begins to slow down. And again, even deeper, feeling. If irritation, annoyance, or even anxiety comes up, understand that these are natural feelings and sensations that we'll experience. But as I let go of that judgment, you'll notice how I begin to minimize the charge that experience has within me. And now begin to connect to the sound the natural breath is making. The inhalation, the exhalation. Does it sound smooth? Does it sound a little heavy? And even as you connect to the sound, you'll begin to notice it finds a little bit more harmony. It could be soft, it could be loud. But whatever you're experiencing, I promise you it connects back to an emotional state and a mental state. And now as you continue to observe the breath, begin to follow the path as it enters in through your nose, maybe the gentle brush against the upper lip, the tip of the nose. Feel it move into the body, expanding the chest, and see how deep that breath moves into. Do I feel it in my rib cage? Do I notice it around the belly, the diaphragm? As we mentioned, when we breathe from our chest constantly, that begins to minimize our ability to eliminate any toxins, but it also promotes a pattern of thought that doesn't support the highest version of who we are. And as you continue to focus on that breath, noticing the location, really begin to feel that space. Really begin to notice the energy that's arising within the body. And follow that energy right towards the heart. Begin to notice the brief pauses as you inhale, the subtle pause before you begin to exhale. And as you exhale, notice the pause before you exhale. This is the doorway back to the present moment. See if you can dissolve your mind into those spaces, letting go of whatever thought pattern is trying to dominate the experience and fully being here. And as you find those spaces, feel the energy that is existing within you. Notice how that energy arises within the physical body. Notice the clarity or space you have created within your mind. And feel that energy that is existing within the center of your heart. Put a smile on your face. Direct the energy of that smile right to your heart. Give yourself some gratitude, some appreciation, some love. Begin to gently wiggle your toes, your big toe, your pinky toe. Gently wiggle your fingers. Notice that sensation. Soften the jaw, soften the face. And before we begin to open our eyes, take a moment just to reflect on the experience. How do I feel right now? What were challenging for me? What was easy? What thought patterns dominated my experience? And more importantly, what did I learn about me that I can continue to cultivate beyond this space? Let's clear out this energy. Let's take one deep breath in. Hold it here. Sigh it all out. Silently whisper these words from your mind to your heart. I am love. I am peace. I am happy. I am free. When you are ready, begin to softly and slowly open your eyes. And as soon as you open your eyes, just notice the space around you. Don't label anything, but be rooted and anchored within the center of your heart. Feel what's going on the inside as you begin to observe the space around you. And I will share with you, there's no wrong way to do this practice. Whatever I experience within this moment is exactly what I need for me to recognize and connect to. And once I cultivate and collect that knowledge, my job is to bring that off the mat, off the chair, into wisdom, and to integrate these experiences in my life so that I can evolve into a greater version of myself. Thank you, and have a beautiful day.